Hello, YouTube. How are ya? How is your day? What did you do? I worked from home today, but I went to Tim Hortons in the morning and I got myself an ice cap. I love those guys. Have you ever had an ice cap before? I know there are limited Tim Hortons in the United States, and just wondering, what do you like to get there when you go to Tim's? This weekend is a long weekend and we have three movies that we want to see. Well, two that my husband wants to see. We want to see Trap and then the new Deadpool movie, and I want to see the Blackpink movie because it's of their world tour, Born Pink tour final finale in Seoul, South Korea, and very excited for it. I love Blackpink, and I was thinking of going to their shows, but nosebleeds is like 350 Canadian dollars, like at the very top of the whole stadium, and I didn't want to do that. But I love them. They're my favorite. Oh yeah, we haven't done a John Melton video in a long time on my channel. He's an interesting one. Thanks, Lori, and hi, Lisa. Sorry. I should say hello to you as well. Monica's here. Hi, Monica and Neil. Oh, Monica's never been to Tim Hortons. I love Tim Hortons. Oh, yeah. We're probably going to go on Saturday. You've never been to Tim Hortons. Wow. Oh, hubby loves ice caps. You're more Starbucks. Fair. Starbucks is really good. Oh, and Tanya, hello, and Tori. Look at all these friends already. I'm excited to we're gonna watch two short videos where famous MLM coach John Melton is talking about the fact that Rodan and Fields and Saint are getting rid of their MLM component of their compensation plan, and instead people can just make money through sales. And I clicked on to Aaron B's video today, and then I realized it's the exact same topic, but with Bob Heilig instead of John Melton. So I quickly X'd out of it so I would not copy her commentary, and I will watch that video tomorrow because I'm sure it's a great video. This is an interesting topic to cover, and so I'm excited to dive into it. We haven't done a video like this in a little while, so I'm stoked. All right, this is the first one. Okay, I'm ready. I feel a little bit better with my setup this time. It's just weird because if you guys were here last time, my husband changed everything in the office. So I'm just getting used to it. Like the camera's on a different computer, there's a different mouse, different everything. So it's really awkward in the last video. Oh, Timbits, nice. They are. Oh, you came from Aaron's live. Can't wait to watch it tomorrow. Nearest Tim's to me doesn't have the old-fashioned glazed Timbits. Oh no. There are Timmy's every 5 seconds here. It's great. Okay, this is the first one. I never know how close to the thing I should be sitting now, you know? Okay, this is John Melton, famous MLM coach. Let's get started.
Rodan and Fields has become a affiliate only, like a one-tier compensation plan, and it sucks. It doesn't look good for our profession. This is what happens in a recession. Companies go under, companies make desperate decisions, they make big changes because they're desperate and they're trying to figure out a way to stay in business, which is probably what Rodan and Fields thought they could do or should do. I think it's an atrocious, god-awful, terrible decision because, again, you're screwing over the people that built the company. Who do you think brought those people to the table? Who do you think recruited all those people? If you don't know me,
I understand he's saying that companies go out of business, happens all the time. People get laid off. It's not shocking. I think that's fair, but we have to remember people are recruited into MLM companies with a promise that I should sit up straight, but then my head's covered. I'm going to take my camera off for a sec. They're recruited into an MLM with the promise that they are going to be a business owner. They'll be able to make like a legacy income. Oh, I just completely cut my face out. Let's see that. I think that's literally exactly the same. Okay. They promise that they are their own business, that they can make a legacy income. Is that better? They can make a legacy income and they are their own boss. And so you are in your MLM company with the promise of that, and then you are can't. You are losing your income if you're one of the people who are lucky enough to actually have an income. So it's not the same thing, because if I work at Walmart or if I work at an office and I lose my job, I was not told that, I was not promised financial independence and time freedom through working at my job. I was just promised an income. Sorry, that was not well. I was not explaining that super clearly because I was distracted by my camera. And another thing, yeah, someone said, I'm behind on the comments. I'm behind. Yeah, it was never about the products, right? Why is getting rid of the recruiting part of the MLM model such a terrible thing? John Melton himself has told us that Modere is so unique because you can make a living off of just selling the products. And he has lots of huge leaders on his team who make a great living selling the product. So is that not true, John Melton? Are people making a good living in Modere just with sales, just from selling to the customer, not to a member of their downline? Because if that's true, why is this screwing over distributors in Rodan and Fields and Saint? Because they should be able to just simply sell a bunch of products and make a good living. That was way too blabby, sorry. Oh, not terribly far, but my sister loves them. Oh, nice. I need to go. I need a Dunkin' Donuts. I see their coffee all the time, and I need to go to a Dunkin', but I've never been. Yeah, they can still sell products. They always said it's like an affiliate. Yeah, they always say it's affiliate marketing. It's just like when you have a link. So now that it is actually affiliate marketing, why does it matter? We should be able to make a living because you said it was affiliate marketing to begin with. Oh, hey, Mr. Ranger Lab. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining.
My name's John Melton, been in the network marketing profession for over 20 years. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And unfortunately, this is the ugly side of what we do. So if you're new, things happen. Companies go out of business. Companies make changes. In some cases, they become desperate and they make desperate decisions. I'll give you an example.
Just because things happen and companies go out of business doesn't mean that it's not valid to feel fear. And if you are one of the people who are lucky enough to actually make money in one of these companies or in any MLM company for that matter, and you're wondering if this is going to happen in your company as well, it's valid to be scared. Just because things happen doesn't mean your emotions are not valid. And Tanya said Dunkin' isn't worth it anymore. That makes me sad. I love me a sugary, fancy iced coffee.
My last company that I was with was shut down by the Federal Trade Commission. Boom, just like that, paycheck gone. So you can imagine that sucked. The company before that I was with, 2 companies ago, shut down all of their international markets. So does this stuff happen all the time? Yes.
But if you shut down all your international markets, you're potentially losing. If you have a team, not many people do, but if you have one, you're potentially losing out on a huge chunk of your income. So why can't we feel our negative feelings about our income being fucked? Why do we always have to be positive? Say, yeah, that sucks, but I'm not going to be scared. Well, it's scary. If you actually are making money in an MLM and then you can't anymore, it's scary because we've talked about this before. A lot of the people have been in MLM for 10 years and they rely on this income. They rely on the income. Maybe their spouse was brought home. Maybe they brought home their spouse from work, they retired their spouse, and then what if they can't make an income in an MLM anymore? What are they supposed to do now? They just had 10 years of a gap on their resume. That's going to make it really hard to find a good job. I need to leave it for more than 5 seconds. Sorry. If you want fancy iced coffee, Dutch Bros or Starbucks, yes. Or even a local coffee shop, Dunkin' tries hard to compete with Starbucks. Thank you. Oh, Rob said the FTC was not involved. I think he was John saying that his old company was shut down by the FTC. But do you know if Bob and John were in the same company? Closest Dutch Bros to me is in Lexington, Kentucky, about 4.5 hours, maybe 5 hours. That's too long of a drive for coffee.
Stop with all the fear mongering. You know, I get people like, oh, this is the future of MLM. That's what they said when my last company was shut down by the FTC. They're like, all companies are going to be shut down. It's stupid. Now, I will say this is an opportunity for companies to pivot, to evolve with the times, because if you don't, and your company is not growing, your company is not investing in the future, your company is not, making the appropriate enhancements to the model, the plan, they're not recognizing leaders, they're not rolling out new products, they're not finding ways to stay relevant in this competitive environment, look at this as an opportunity. We need leadership more now than ever. Would you agree?
Look at this as an opportunity. If your company isn't adapting, isn't looking at its compensation plan, is he insinuating that we should be looking into other companies? Is he insinuating that his company is willing to adapt, to change with the times, improve its compensation plan in response to this? Why are they pissed? Their paycheck is in danger. Exactly. If people in MLMs are seeing what's happening within the industry, are getting scared, maybe people are quitting, that means less income for him because less people are in his coaching program. And he is also in Modere currently, right? And so if more people are leaving his downline, he's going to be losing income in 2 spots. So that's why he's mad. He's not mad because he is upset about how people are treating the industry. He's not mad because people are scared. He's mad because he's worried about his income diminishing. Exactly. You think so? Frat fuck boy energy. Fair. I don't think I see it, but fair. An opportunity to leave. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I don't feel good about this. I'm worried this is going to happen in my company. I should leave, right?
Agreed. There's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of crappy things going on right now. And again, I don't want to go down that path, but we are in a tough economic climate. And never, in my opinion, put all your eggs in one basket unless you're in a really good financial situation. This is why I'm a big fan of building a brand, having multiple income streams, because you never know. Remember, the money you're making in your home business, it's profits. It's not income. It's not salary. It's profits. They're going to fluctuate. They're going to be really high sometimes and really low sometimes. So make sure you save your money and you're smart with diversifying your income and investing the money if you're one of those lucky few that makes a lot of money. Don't just spend all the money you make, because again, that puts you in a desperate situation where you have to make those desperate decisions.
Are you insinuating that people are scared and desperate after hearing what's happening in their company because they're not diversifying? They're not good with their money, and that's why they're feeling desperate. And if only they had multiple sources of income and they invested their income, they wouldn't be in this desperate mental state. And I also have a question, John. When you're recruiting people into your coaching or into your MLM downline, are you telling people to always have a backup source of income because you never know? My guess is probably not. My guess is you're probably telling them that they can have financial freedom through selling the product and mostly through recruiting a team. So you are full of crap, sir, because you're saying this now. Well, of course people are panicking because they don't have financial security through their own financial illiteracy, their own financial shortcomings, because they're not diversifying. But you probably don't tell your fucking team to diversify, sir. I bet you don't, because you want them to put all their eggs in the MLM basket so they can't quit. Because they have spent the last 7 years in the MLM. All of their friends are in the MLM. That's the only job they've had for almost a decade. A lot of people feel like they can't quit their MLM. I have at least 2, maybe 3 Dunkins and at least 4 Starbucks within a 20-minute drive. Ooh, Timmy's is about 20 to 25-ish minutes from me. Oh, you're lucky to have so much coffee and donuts around you. That's awesome. He probably tells people this is the best time to join an MLM because it's always the best time. Is it ever not a good time? Oh.
You're seeing a lot of influencers and people that built a following that are making a lot of money, but they're not really leaders. Now, some are building teams and pouring into their organizations, and they are leading by example. They're incredible mentors, and
are you leading by example by insinuating that it's our fault that we're panicked, that our industry is going downhill, calling us silly for being stressed out about it, pretending that you are the one angel in this situation, the only one that is not fear-mongering to try to get people into your company or your coaching program? Because every single MLM distributor, every single MLM coach is saying they're the only one that is not fear mongering and trying to pick up scared, worried distributors.
They're in the trenches with their teams. But then there's some people out there, they can talk a big game on social media because, again, they built that influence. They can sell anything. They love selling stuff. They can recruit on autopilot. But when push comes to shove, they're not very responsive. They're not very supportive of their teams. And I think we have to be honest right now is that this is prime time for people to step into their leadership. For those of you that really want to build a legacy income, you really want to build a network marketing business for the long term. And look, my heart goes out to these people that have to start all over, but I've had to do it multiple times. And let me tell you, every time it did suck. I'm not going to sit here and act.
Just because you've had to start over multiple times does not mean that it's an easy thing to do. And every single person who has to start over is going to have just such an easy time with it. I hate that. Oh, you're upset that your company is closed? Well, my company is closed twice. Who cares? It doesn't matter that you've been through it too. It matters that people are impacted by it. I had another thought in my head. I had a point, but I don't remember what it was, so I'm sorry.
Like, just stay positive. I hate toxic.
Oh, yes, just stay positive. He's going to tell us about how much he hates toxic positivity, but he just said, oh, you're scared that he insinuated that, oh, you're scared that your income is disappearing. Just look at this as an opportunity for growth. Just focus on your leadership. Don't worry too much. Okay, well, do you hate toxic positivity? Or are we required to find a fancy, deep, meaningful lesson in every shitty thing that happens to us? Because sometimes it's just a shitty thing and there is no lesson. Yeah, he probably didn't start at the bottom every single time. Someone like John Melton, in my opinion, allegedly, maybe, probably had bridge contracts, probably had people following him from company to company. And we have heard when he went from the company that shut down to his next company, people did go with him because he said people loved him and Nadia, so people followed him. Exactly, Monica. Great points.
Positivity. And I also, by the way, hate vultures that do my heart goes out to Roden and Fields distributors. I'm just so glad that my company is owned by this amazing person in my company. Shut up.
By you having this fake outrage, in my opinion, you are doing the same thing because you are so outraged by that you're insinuating you don't react like that. You're not reacting like that. I think this is a subtle sales pitch. By you're proving that you're so different than all of the other vultures who are trying to scoop up scared distributors.
People don't need to hear that right now. I'm sorry, but that is like the worst thing you can do. Oh, another low ticket MLM. Please don't do that. Oh, this is what happens with startups, or oh, this is what happens with old school companies, or this is what happens with private equity. Listen, there are companies that are privately held, publicly held. There are companies there are so many different scenarios of companies that either got in trouble or went out of business. They went under. They were a pop and drop, a startup, a binary, a product company, a service company. They shut down their international markets. These things happen. And by the way, they happen in every industry. It's brutal. It makes all of us look bad. It doesn't look good to the normals, the normies. You know what the normies are? All the people that are not all up in MLM like all of you. See, so many of you.
Does this make the company look good? Does this make the industry look good? Why so angry? Are you anxious? He probably is. He probably is because maybe he's realizing that the MLM business model is not sustainable because there's such huge churn. People get in, but with false promises of financial freedom and flexibility, they quickly realize that they're fucked, that they're being mistreated and deceived, and they're losing money, and they leave. And this is just encouraging more people to actually think critically about what's happening around them. And his income is at risk. So yeah, he's pissed. And this is not a good look for the industry either, John. It's not. Anastasia and Monica were going to type the same comment at the same time.
You are caught up in this drama because you're like, oh my gosh, all these companies. What do you mean all?
It's not drama. Oh my God, I need to let it just play for longer than 2 seconds. It's not drama. It's people's incomes. If they're lucky enough to actually have one, it's not drama. And you calling it drama and sitting there with a snarky look on your face is really disrespectful to people's real, actual, valid feelings. I don't like this. Yes, I am getting fired up. I wasn't mad when I was listening to this video today to prepare, but I wasn't actually talking. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting annoyed. Normies. I guess we're normies because we get paid and have actual benefits and real time freedom. I don't remember what his definition of normie is, though. I don't know if he means people not in MLMs. Let's listen.
All these companies, you mean 3 or 4 companies out of the thousands have changed?
Let me go back. Let's just go to 45.
The normies. You know what the normies are? All the people that are not all up in MLM like all of you. See, so many of you are caught up in this drama because you're like, oh my gosh, all these companies. What do you mean all these companies? You mean 3 or 4 companies out of the thousands have changed their comp plan to affiliate? It's a bonehead decision. It's not smart. None of these companies are going to do better with affiliates than they would with leaders building teams. But again, you got to be careful who you listen to. You got to be careful who you follow. Most of you need to work on your optimism because
by normie, he just means people not in MLMs. That's all he means. And we have to work on our optimism. I like blacked out there. I had something I wanted to say, and then I heard we need to work on our optimism, and I got pissed. Like I didn't even hear what he said other than work on your optimism. But didn't you just say, sir, that you hate toxic positivity? You hate it. But then people are expressing their concerns, their fears, and saying all these companies this is happening with all these companies. I'm so worried. And then you're like, well, shut up. Who cares? So which one is it? Are we allowed to express ourselves or are we not allowed to express ourselves? And just because it's just a few out of thousands and thousands of companies, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because people are seeing big companies in their industries failing and they're scared. And none of that matters. It does not matter that companies close down. It does not matter that it's only a few that these things happen. Feelings are valid, sir, and we need to stop invalidating very real feelings. It's driving me bonkers. Work on your optimism. No, I'm not going to if my income is slashed, sir. I'm a Meltonian. Exactly. Yeah, don't worry, be happy. Your income is gone if you're lucky enough to have one, but just get over it. Just be optimistic. Yeah, don't look or think about the dumpster fire. He says use this as an opportunity for growth. Don't use this as an opportunity for critical thinking, for determining whether you should be in this location, in this company. Sorry. No, just use it as an opportunity to be optimistic and push down your negative feelings.
You can't live in fear and scarcity. Blessing in disguise. Don't let this, if you still want to build a business in this profession, like imagine if I would have allowed my last company getting shut down by the FTC to discourage me from continuing with this amazing profession, or the company before that trying to sue me for $2.5 million. Imagine if I would have allowed that to stop me. And by the way, it almost did. It temporarily did. These things happen, but you can't live in fear. What if this happens in my company? I mean, what if you get struck by lightning? Can you imagine living your life like that? This is temporary. The economy, the condition we're in right now, the inflation, what's going on in the world, this is temporary. The current climate of what's going on with MLM, with the economy, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, I would love to just say, oh,
sure, it's temporary, but the economy is going to impact MLMs in different ways than a normal everyday company, right? Because maybe in an economy, in an office job, you might have a wage freeze, so you might not have a raise for several years. You could get fired. Yes, you could. But the success of a normal average office job is not predicated by the ability to trick and con people into a predatory business model or they're going to lose money. Because if we're in a recession, like he's saying, and we don't have money, how many people are going to be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars I'm going to take that back because people join MLMs in desperate times. People are less likely to spend the money they don't have if we're in a recession. So you're more likely to keep your job in an average workplace environment than you are in an MLM in a recession. You're more likely to make money in your office or retail job in a recession than you would in an MLM. Yeah, no critical thinking. Oh, yay. Welcome back, Tanya. Leaders who don't need to build a team won't be as likely to hire an MLM coach. That's why he's really upset. Yes. Yes. Exactly. That's a great point. Even though it may be a handful of companies going down that route, it still affects several thousands of people, my dude. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, did you see Colleen freak out too today? Ooh. Was that all today? So Bob, John, and then Colleen?
Oh, this is the last of it. No, this is probably not the last of it. Are other companies going to make this type of bonehead decision? Probably. But this is why companies have to continue to evolve. When it's a competitive environment, this is a time to step up. You have to maintain your optimism, your professionalism. Don't let fear mongering get the best of you. Don't let vultures get the best of you. And by the way, don't make rash decisions. As an individual, as a leader, as a company, you're going to have to pivot. You're going to have to evolve. But to live in
I don't hate that. I don't hate that advice. I think that's relevant. That's related to everyday life. We shouldn't be making decisions when we're in a really emotional, stressed out state, of course. But he's telling us, okay, don't make rash decisions. Don't quit your MLM. Don't quit my coaching program because you're scared, right? Just stay in it, be optimistic, look for opportunities to pivot and adapt. But he's not wanting us to acknowledge our negative emotions and then, like Anastasia said, think critically about it and determine whether or not we need to leave, right? Because he does not have our best interest at heart. He does not want us to be where we are. He does not want us to be financially stable. He does not want us to be like cared for and respected within the MLM. His motive is to tell us to stop living in fear, don't make rash decisions. So we stay in his coaching program for longer. So we stay in the MLM and we're encouraged to invest in self-development. And so we stay in his coaching program. He does not want what's best for us. In my opinion, he just wants to continue to exploit us through a really tough time in the industry. And that's really sad. Colleen also had herself quite a few meltdowns because people were calling her out. Ooh.
Fear that, all MLMs are going to do this. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Number one.
Why is it the dumbest thing? Like, instead of just saying offhanded, rude comments like that, invalidating probably the thousands of people who feel that way, tell us why you think it's dumb. Like, back up your statements with something, please. Because you just saying it's dumb and then moving on, that does not have actual value. You're not adding anything to the conversation. Yeah, products can still be sold. Like, you tell us that we can make a living off of selling the products. That MLM is just like affiliate marketing anyway. So why is this such a big deal? We know why. We know it's because you can't actually make a living off of just sales. But people like John Melton say you don't have to build a team. You don't have to just sell the product. And now people are just selling the product. People have to just sell the product. And it's a horrible, terrible, short-sighted decision for the company.
Number two, to just assume that this is going to happen to your company because it happened to you can't live in that fear. You have to be okay with the fact that these things do happen, but this is why you build a brand. This is why you don't spend every dollar you're making. This is why you live below your means. And I know for some of us, that's hard. You're like, oh, I hate the word budget. Me too. Me too. But I can tell you the reason I was able to immediately replace my income when my last company was shut down by the FTC, because I did right by people. I built a brand. I built a reputation. I built influence. Again, I was with the same company for 2 years, 7,000 people on my team. And just like that, boom, all gone. Now, it wasn't the fault of the company, although you could say it was because the FTC did shut them down for specific reasons. But ultimately, whether the company makes this choice, which I think Rodan & Fields made a huge mistake, in my opinion. Now, there are some companies that love MLM and they still went under. They still went out of business. So it's not just...
He's telling us to not worry, not live in fear based off of his experience of the FTC shutting down his company and he had to move to the next company. And he said before, if he let that fear stop him, if he let that fear get him to quit MLM, then he wouldn't be in this amazing position he's at now. But we've already said this before, there's probably bridge contracts involved. He probably brought over his 7,000 person downline into the next company. So anyone else who decides, oh, I don't want to stay in Rodan and Fields anymore, I'm going to go to a company that has an MLM structure, your average person is not going to have 7,000 people to bring with them to the next company. Your average person is going to struggle starting over. So you bringing up your experience as a reason for people to just stay in the MLM and to not leave the industry, it's not relevant, sir. It's not. Colleen did herself dirty, though. If she wouldn't have low-key snitched on herself, she wouldn't have gotten called all the way out like she did. I don't have Instagram, but I'd like to look at it. But I think you need Instagram to look at Instagram, right? You can't just look at it. I will look into that. I want to see that. It was a pyramid scheme. Yeah, he was fine financially moving to the next company, not because he had such a huge customer base, but because he brought 7,000 people below him with him.
Just that. There are a plethora of reasons companies go under or companies make changes. Some companies aren't necessarily changing from MLM to affiliate, but they are, cutting their comp plans in half. Brutal. It's brutal. But again, you can't control it.
Companies cutting their comp plans in half. It's so brutal, but you can't control it. So just get over it. No, sir, I'm not going to get over it. Just because I can't control something doesn't mean that I shouldn't react to it. Doesn't mean that I shouldn't think critically about what's happening around me and reevaluate my employment situation. And the fact that she still collected a check off her downline and upsold her shitty courses. Oh, yeah. Now you can look at the feed without an actual account, but you need an account to see stories. Okay, so was this in her stories? Let me see. So could I look at this without an account? I'd love to know. If so, I can look at it and maybe we can do a video. Both his old companies were shut down by the FTC. Does he know how shady that makes him look? Yeah, he's using it as kind of a bragging point. Look at me, my companies were shut down by the FTC and I'm still here. I'm still thriving. Yeah, why were your companies shut down? Why do you keep being involved with sketchy ass companies? I don't want to join something so unstable. This is anxiety inducing. Oh, fair. I agree.
People will say, I'm going to start my own business because I can control it. You can't control. Listen, you don't have full control over anything. When I was a mortgage banker, all of my income was based on my efforts, right? I could control how much money I made, but I couldn't control the interest rates going up. I couldn't control the economy crashing. You're never fully in control. Again, this is why I've been.
Sure, but you're more in control over your income as a mortgage broker than you are as an MLM. Because your income as a mortgage broker is not based off of people below you not quitting the MLM and keeping a certain rank so you can continue to rank up. So that is invalid, sir. Invalid. I think he's just stating that there are always elements outside of our control that could impact our business, right? We could go through, there could be an economic downturn, there could be higher interest rates that would impact his ability to sell mortgages, higher costs of cars, so it would be harder for you to sell a car. Like there's always something that could be impacting our business that we don't have full control over, but we can control how within reason, I think we can control how we react in that situation as a business owner and how we adapt, I guess, because we have control over other aspects of the business. But the only thing that Rodan and Fields distributors have control over is whether or not they decide to leave the company, right? Whether or not they look at all the info that's available to them and then they decide, oh, this is not a good space for me. So it's different. Which one is Rob? Rob? Bob? Are you thinking of Bob Heilig? Is there a Rob? There's a Rob Sperry. There's a Rob Sperry MLM coach. Is that who you mean? Yep. You get to decide what service you provide, the price, etc. But there's always going to be external factors that could impact your business that we don't necessarily have control over.
Talking about building a personal brand for over a decade. This is why I've been talking about multiple income streams. Now, multiple income streams does not mean multiple MLMs. That's also dumb, right? You'd be like,
Why is that dumb? If MLM is a life-changing income opportunity, why is it dumb? If it's like, I don't know the exact quote, but if it's like Ray Higdon says, MLM is the lowest barrier way for your average person to own a business and make lots of money. I don't know the quote. If it's so brilliant and life-changing, why is it a dumb decision to be into? Oh, yes, Bob Heilig. Bob Heilig is the one. I watched 2 seconds of it and then I left. I was like, no, I'll watch it tomorrow.
The trench coat MLM person, like, I got water filters, I've got makeup, I've got lotions, potions, pills, skincare. What you want, I got it all. No, also a bad idea. Don't be a vulture. Don't be one of those people that leads with fear mongering and, trying to scare people into joining your team. And, oh, everybody's coming over here. That's always the worst, right? Everybody's leaving. They're all coming here. But don't get it twisted. This is nothing new. These things have been happening for years and years. It sucks every time. The reason MLM works, the legit MLMs, this does not mean I'm an ambassador or a supporter of all.
The reason MLM works, where you're talking about, oh, this kind of shit happens all the time. People cut their comp plans in half. People go out of business. People get shut down by the FTC. They get rid of their distributor MLM portion of the comp plan. But this is why it works. But only the legitimate ones. So all of the MLMs that closed down before aren't legitimate. So, sir, why were you into illegitimate MLMs then? If you're such an advocate for the profession, why do you keep going into sketchy MLMs according to you? They're all sketchy. They're all sketchy. All of them. Bob and Rob, both short for Robert, which so strange to me that Bob is short for Robert because the name is not Bobbert.
MLMs. I get people that are like, I thought you support MLM. Why are you bashing my company? And I'm like, well, I love MLM. I love our profession. I love that it's personal development with a comp plan attached. I love the...
It's not personal development with the comp plan attached, sir. It's not, it's not. It doesn't matter how much personal development people do. If they can't convince someone to join them, it doesn't matter. They're not going to make any money. It's not personal development with a comp plan, because if that was the case, you would get paid for reading personal development books. You get paid for watching the videos on YouTube. You get paid for going to fucking Tony Robbins. That's not true. It's not true.
Impact it's made on my life, the friendships, the people, the experiences, the freedom, the flexibility, the money, the travel, all the things that I've experienced because of this amazing profession, because of the person I become. I love it. Big fan. But that also means I'm going to call out bad actors. I'm also going to call out crappy companies. There's a reason a lot of people have MLM PTSD, and it's because of companies like Rodan and Fields doing what they just did. It sucks. It looks bad for our entire profession when a company does this, because now...
Okay, sorry, let's let him finish.
Now you got people going, see, MLM, MLM this and MLM. That's the problem with MLM. Okay.
Stop sharing. And then let's go to the next. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was a random ad. Okay. I hate the MLM PTSD bullshit, because I know lots of people do this. It's a common thing to say, oh, I have PTSD from that stressful situation. I just think it's obviously different. It's like something that PTSD is something you need to talk to a therapist about. It's a serious mental health condition and takes years, takes a whole lifetime to heal from it. You might not ever fully heal from it. So I just don't like it when I hear that. It's not just an MLM. It's not just an MLM issue, though. That's a common thing. And I think it's wrong. I think we can just say, oh, I got really stressed out by that situation. Oh, I got really anxious by that situation, right? I did not verbalize that well. I hate when they try to attack your mindset, try to tell you to change your mindset, not Monday. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't change it. Exactly. I knew what you meant. Not Monday. Mindset. I agree. I don't like making light of it. So this is we're going to watch this really short video. It's not going to be very much longer. Is MLM in trouble? The truth about the future of the industry. And it's kind of just a continuation of the last one we're watching. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's not like a contest. We shouldn't be saying, oh, you have you have PTSD. Well, I have anxiety too. It's like, no, they're different. And it's okay that they're different. And your anxiety is still valid. Just because it's not PTSD doesn't mean it's not valid, you know?
Rumors. There's been some posts. There's been some people saying some things. You see these people saying these things. They have no clue. Most of those people aren't leaders, by the way. Most of those
Oh, no.
people are not successful. They don't have a full-time income. They've never built a successful, profitable team in network marketing. They have no clue what they're talking about. Yes.
So you're not actually telling us who you mean. You're not giving us names. You're not telling us what kind of posts. You're just saying people are posting. People are posting, but they don't actually know anything. They're not actually successful in MLM. If you are so confident in your position in the industry as an industry leader, why are you delegitimizing other people's experience? Why are you talking down on other people's experience as a way to invalidate what they're saying online? And why are you so worried about it? Why are you so worried? Because you are creating a legacy income. You have diversified, like you said earlier. You have multiple streams of income. Why are you so worried about a few people saying some things on the internet? It shouldn't bother you, but it bothers you because prominent people in the industry, when they speak out, other people may see that and think twice and say, if this person who I've looked up to for years is saying this, maybe there's something wrong with the industry. Drop them names like Stewart did, John. Yeah, exactly. Tell us who. Tell us who you're talking about.
There have been some companies that have imploded. Yes, there have been some companies that changed their compensation plan, which, by the way, this is nothing new. Companies go out of business in good economies and definitely in bad economies like the one we got going on right now. There's definitely companies that, have switched to affiliate models, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But I think the companies that are making these changes are the companies that are in big time financial trouble. Let's rob our leadership, which is basically what a company is doing if they do that. But
of course, so the people who are speaking out against the MLM industry, they just don't have any knowledge or experience in the industry. They don't have an actual team. They're not making a full-time income, and the companies who are only going to affiliate marketing, they are just in financial trouble. Of course they are, right? Of course. It's nothing to do with the unsustainable nature of the industry, nothing to do with the fact that only a few people at the very top make money, and it's not through sales, it's through recruiting, which is why this is actually a big deal that companies are getting rid of their MLM business structure. No, it's because companies make bad financial decisions, and the people who are critiquing the industry just don't know anything.
I've been seeing some posts, some rumors, some people saying some things. We're going to talk about it. Because is MLM in trouble? Is MLM going away? Because I see people posting things like, all MLMs are going to switch to affiliate marketing. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. By the way, can we just call out affiliate marketing for a second? Affiliate marketing is simply you get an affiliate link that's attached to you. So you promote something, some other company's product, and you get paid a teeny tiny commission for referring that customer one time. What I love about network marketing, what I love about MLM is it's number one, residual income. You get paid over and over and over again. You sell a customer one time, you get a customer once. And as long as they keep ordering the product, and most companies are selling consumable products, so every time they order, every single month you get paid.
And if in the affiliate marketing portion, I could see if you have an actual following, say at least several thousand, and you have an affiliate link, you might say, hey, I have an affiliate link. If you purchase from that link, I get a very small commission. Why is he assuming that you only get paid one time? Because what if it's a consumable product, right? Or what if I've seen people who have, use my code to get a 3-month free trial, right? And you get your free trial, and then, if you like it, use my code and get your monthly subscription. So what if someone uses your code to get a monthly subscription and you get paid a small amount of commission every single month for as long as that person uses that product? And I feel like that is more actually residual income, passive income, when you're just posting it in your stories or in your YouTube description and just talking about it now and then, versus the amount of work it actually takes to recruit someone into the MLM and keeping them in and ensuring that they stay at the rank you need them to be so you continue to rank up and make more money. And it's so interesting how he's talking about how bad affiliate marketing is when on this channel, I think it was with Eric and John Melton, he told us how people in Modere make lots of money just through sales. When MLM coaches, he said this, they've all said this, MLM is pretty much just affiliate marketing. So you say it when it's convenient for you to trick and deceive people into the industry, but when companies get rid of the or only affiliate marketing, it's automatically a negative thing and it's a boneheaded financial decision. So which one is it? Which one? Yeah, no time freedom is an insult to injury. He does sound angry and desperate. I agree. It's outrageous. He's so snarky. So many little head waggles. He's mad. He's mad. And I guess that's fair because his income is in jeopardy. A real affiliate link, you don't have to pay to have one. MLM affiliate, you have to pay the MLM company. So it's not really truly affiliate. Exactly. Thank you, Tanya. Preach it, Heather. Yeah, and she mentions her affiliate link here and there, not all the time. I watch a lot of her videos. It's not all the time. And I wonder it's not our business. We don't have to ask. But I bet you she makes more money off of posting her code and talking about it here and there than your average MLM distributor does selling a product or just being or trying to have a team. She probably makes more off of her one affiliate code. Let's let it play for longer than 10 seconds. At least 30 seconds to 1 minute. I can do it.
Use it daily, they order it monthly. Now, in the beginning, I get the fact that maybe it's very small. It's not a lot of money, but for some people, an extra $100, $200, $500 is a lot of money. Now, I know some of us get excited about short-term monies, and that's cool. You should be. You got to pay your bills today while you're building your tomorrow income, your legacy income. So when you see these companies that are changing their comp plan, just know those are the companies that are already close to bankruptcy anyway. Those are the companies that are in big time financial trouble. These are companies that, quite honestly, again, if you got on late, they're screwing over the people that built their company.
And he said, oh, a lot of people would like to have an extra $100, $200, $300 a month because your income could be small at the beginning. Sure, you could be making $200 a month in revenue, but it is not profit because you have to pay to order products every single month in an MLM. We all know this. If it was $200 a month on actual profit and you're actually working part-time, sure, great, cool. Say you're working 1 or 2 hours a week and you're making $200 a month, that's amazing. But it's not. We know if you're in an MLM, you're probably working full-time hours and you are probably not actually making $200 in profit. A bold statement there, John. Are they all close to bankruptcy? Ooh, love it.
A lot of times, in a lot of cases, these are companies that never really embraced the MLM model. That's not better for the industry. That's not an improvement. In fact, here's the real issue. I'm going to tell you the real issue. And this is why I had MLM PTSD. Most companies, when I got involved 20 plus years ago, and even as recent as just a handful of years ago, a lot of the biggest companies out there, it was all about recruiting recruiters to recruit recruiters. Years later, around 2008, 2010, social media became pretty important. And people like me and
it's always been about recruiting recruits to recruit recruiters because you just spent a million years telling us about how this change to affiliate marketing is fucking everybody over. So if just sales is not enough for the average person to make some money in an MLM, what else is it about? You need to recruit people who also recruit people who recruit people. You have to have width and depth. And yes, I agree. Never joke about PTSD, please. It's not funny. It's not something interesting or quirky. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say it lightly. It ruins your fucking life, you know? Don't do that. All the consumable items I typically use and purchase, I can find at my local Walmart, Target, or local grocery chains in my area, and they are not MLM-based companies. Yes. I joined the High Altitude Potatoes MLM founded by Julie Anderson. I bet my rank will be French fries or mashed potatoes. That's funny.
A lot of other people that have been around a while started leveraging social media to generate leads, build a following, doing attraction marketing, curiosity marketing, affiliate marketing, influencer marketing, you can call it whatever you want. But MLM really is affiliate marketing on steroids. Let me say it again, actually. Let me say it a little differently this time. A legitimate network marketing company is affiliate marketing on steroids. Affiliate marketing sucks. Let's be clear. It's good for extra money, but it's one-time commissions. And even if it's residual, there's no leverage. There's no leveraged income. You're only as good as your last month. You're only getting paid based on your efforts. How is that exciting? How is that a positive change? It's a horrible change. So this.
Why does work need to be exciting though? Okay. I don't know this. I don't know if this is true or not, but if someone's using affiliate marketing, that's probably not their only source of income. Maybe they have a big following on YouTube or Instagram, and it's one of like 5 ways they get paid. And it doesn't matter. Work does not need to be exciting. It does not need to be making a change. We just need to make money so we can live. So why is your argument against affiliate marketing that it's not exciting because there's no leverage? And we know in MLM, leverage equals recruits who do the same thing you do. So at some point you can be at the very top of the company and not actually make any money. And why is affiliate marketing only one-time commission when in MLM we've heard stories a lot about how it's hard to keep actual paying customers because the costs are so high. These products are so expensive, and people quickly realize, like Tori just said, you can get similar products of the same value from Walmart for half the price, for a quarter of the price. So it's not guaranteed to have multiple purchases in an MLM. It's probably way less likely than it is less likely than he's insinuating. It's not only one-time commission. Exactly. Why are you assuming it's one-time commission? That doesn't make any sense. In an affiliate model, that doesn't make any sense.
This is not going to be a common thing. Anyone telling you that, again, is either a moron or they have an agenda, or they just have no clue what they're talking about.
Sir, you have an agenda. You're not saying this because you care about my well-being, because you want me to be happy and financially well off. You're saying this because you want me to stay in the industry so I buy your coaching. It's so hilarious. Oh, they have an agenda while you're sitting here being snarky, calling us morons when we're worried about our future. You're worried about your future. You're worried. You should look inward and reflect with why you're speaking like this, because you are worried. He is really rude. Exactly. He is blatantly lying. Yeah, he's pissing me off too. Lori, I totally misread your comment. I thought you said he is really cute. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then I read it and I said, oh, rude, not cute. Understatement of the chat. Yes, I got you. I understood. He is worse than ever now that his income is in the balance. Exactly. He's not usually this snarky.
They're living in fear. How many of you have ever had a crappy upline?
You're living in fear too, sir. You are.
Or a sponsor that enrolled you, and then it's like the aliens abducted them. You're like, what happened to Fred? Fred was so excited. Fred signed me up. I haven't seen Fred in years. Still runs his subscription every month. Still gets paid every month, but Fred is long gone. That is the beauty of what we do. That is the beauty. You might not like Fred. You might say, this isn't fair. Fred gets paid, but that's actually what I love about this business. Fred connected you. That's why, to me, it's highway robbery what these companies are doing, because people are like, well, they're going to pay the people selling the products. It's like, who do you think recruited those people? Who do you think brought those people to the table? Who do you think?
It's not a good thing that people at the top of the company don't have to work and they get paid off of those beneath them losing money. That's not something to brag about. That's something highly unethical. in my opinion. And he's saying this is why it's highway robbery, because yes, you are paying the people who are actually selling the product, but what about Bob, who's sitting at the top of the company not doing anything? Not doing anything, but still making money off of the people below him. So you're not worried about the average person at the bottom who's just trying to make a few hundred extra dollars selling the product and making really part-time income. You're worried about the Bobs of the world. You're worried about people at your level whose income is going to be fucked, and they can't just sit back and enjoy their income based off of other people's suffering anymore. So you're exposing yourself. You're exposing that you're worried about the rich people at the top. You're exposing that you're worried for your income, and that, yeah, like Monica just said, he is the one actually fear-mongering here while telling us not to fear-monger. I've never been in an MLM, so I can honestly tell him no. I've never had a crappy upline. Same. I don't want to befriend every single person that sells something to me. I just want to buy something and move on. Exactly. It doesn't need to be a social event, right?
Connected with them and ATM them or prospected them or got them to a meeting and trained them and answered all their questions, mentoring them, providing them with support and plugging them into the community, getting them to the events and buying them lunch and buying them dinner and sending them money and doing challenges and prizes and creating the scripts and the systems and the boards apps and the groups. Are you freaking kidding me? You're going to pay the people selling the product? Who do you think brought those people to the table, you knucklehead? So anyone telling you MLM's going away, they, again, I hate to be a name caller.
So he doesn't give a fuck about the people selling the product. The people who are suffering in his downline, the people who are suffering in his coaching program, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about those buying the product or selling the product. And are you insinuating that Bob at the top of the company, that you, who's probably at the top of your company, are you not selling the product? So is that why you're so upset? Because you don't have a big customer base and your income could get fucked if this happens in your company too? Interesting. He's just saying, why would we focus on paying the people who sell the product? We should be focused on paying the person that recruited that person into the company, because they put in so much time and effort creating scripts and systems and boards, apps, whatever, and they should get paid. So that's why it's such a knucklehead decision, because this affiliate marketing decision means that the Bobs at the top of the company who bring in the people who sell the products, they don't get paid. Interesting.
But they're a moron. They can't predict the future. They have no idea what's happening. In fact, I think our best days are ahead of us, because again, cream rises to the top. You're getting rid of all the shitty companies with all their shitty compensation plans and all their shitty overpriced products with their fake ass ingredients. I'm sorry, white labeling all their products. They don't have their own manufacturing. They're outsourcing this and outsourcing that, doing BDA deals. This is what's wrong with MLM. So companies like that.
You're not fear-mongering, sir. You're not trying to recruit scared distributors by saying they don't have their own manufacturing. They have shitty products. They're white label products. Okay, does Modere have its own manufacturing? Does Modere white label its products? You're insinuating that your company doesn't do that, and so you're telling people indirectly that they should come to you because you have good products. Interesting. The MLM should pay the Huns for that, not the consumer. You can't predict the future either, bonehead. But the Huns are the consumer, so it's a conundrum. It sure is. Yeah, because very few of them, I bet you, in my uneducated opinion, they don't have actual true customer bases that aren't in the MLM. So if this happened in his MLM, he'd be fucked, because the majority of his sales come from in my opinion, based on my knowledge, the majority of his sales come from his downline buying their personal volume and making sure they can stay active.
That either A, need to be gone, or need to make massive changes. So do I think MLM's in trouble? No. I think there are MLM companies that are in trouble. If you don't have a quality product that people want to buy outside of your comp plan, let me give you an example. 85% of our revenue within our organization comes from customers. That's a real business. That means I can build a smaller team.
Yeah. So come to me. If you were in Rodan and Fields or Saint and you don't have customers, come to me. We have real products and we have a huge customer base. So you'll be okay if this happens in my company. In my company, your income will survive. Interesting. I thought we weren't fear mongering, sir.
That does a lot more revenue. I make a lot more money with a lot less people, and I have more people on my team winning. I have more people on my team making money. So if something happens to your...
How do you have more people winning by sales if affiliate marketing is so shitty? Because you just said you can't make good money just through sales in MLM. And the way to do it is through recruitment. So that doesn't make any sense. You are contradicting yourself. It's not my job to pay this salesperson for selling something. I pay the salesperson for the products they're selling. Ooh, nice.
Or company. It is not the end of the world. You can start over. Every time I've had to start all over, I've built bigger, faster, stronger.
Start over in his company because he has customers and he has real products.
With the same company now almost 9 years. And I can tell you, this was our best run ever. And my goal is to build this company for another 9, another 20. That is my goal. My goal is to build this forever, indefinitely. And I think you should find that for yourself. And maybe you already have that. Maybe you have that in your company, but now you're like scared, like, is MLM going away? MLM ain't going anywhere.
Oh. Interesting. Sorry. That was a lot. Yeah, I don't like how close the camera is now because it's like right in front of me and I'm like, I want to be close to my mic, but I don't want to be so close to the camera. Oh, we watch this after Modern Fold. What's that? Okay, enjoy whatever you're doing, and I hope you enjoy the replay. So we learned that people are freaked out that companies are getting rid of the affiliate or getting rid of the MLM portion of the compensation plan. He's telling us that we should not be fear mongering. We should not be vultures, but he is indirectly and directly trying to encourage someone. Oh, after Modere folds. Gotcha. I understand. Thank you, Anastasia. What am I trying to say? He's telling us not to fearmonger and be vultures, while indirectly telling us that if this happens to in his company, he would be absolutely fine because there are lots of customers. And he has actually high quality products that customers want to buy. So it would be fine if this happened in Modere. He also told us that we need to stop thinking negatively. It's a really dumb thing for us to think this could happen in every MLM company, and we need to be optimistic. We need to use this as an opportunity to grow and pivot and become a better leader. And pretty much we should just stay in the industry so we can join his coaching and give him money. He is scared because his income is at risk. His income is at risk because people are actually starting to think critically about what's going on around them and are reevaluating whether they should be in this industry, which I think is a great thing. Let's just think. We need to think and make good decisions. You're welcome, Tanya. You're welcome. Yay, you're welcome, Lori. I'm glad you're here. Why would I want to buy a product from an MLM when I have $2 generals and a small grocery store within walking distance of my house? That's so convenient. I love that. That's cool. Infuriating, but great. Oh, Julie's starting at the beginning. Nice, we're done now. Sorry. But yeah, started at the beginning. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for being here, Julie. Good night, Mr. Angel Lab. So this was awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on Sunday. I think I can go back to doing 2 days a week because my busy period is done. So I'll see you guys on Sunday if you're free, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye.